Metatrader4 winning strategy. This strategy is made for Metatrader4 and not Metatrader5. You cannot use this on derived platform. Before you take any trade or before you trade on any broker's platform, make sure you check it out if the broker is a regulated forex brokers or not. It is important that you trade on regulated forex brokers so that you not waste your time, your effort and your money. It is important that you check it out if they are regulated in your area or zone. Make sure you check out the forex brokers that you want to use. We have a lot of scam outside there. In my video description, I dropped some links to some of these forex brokers that I've been using, and I do not have any issue using them. Check them out if the brokers are regulated in your area or zone. Welcome to Profiting Forex Trading channel. If today is the first time of coming across my YouTube channel, kindly make sure you subscribe and do give me a thumb up. Make sure you check Forex Factory to see if there's any news as touching any pairs you want to trade before you go live or before you take that particular trade, so that you will not be trading against fundamental analysis. It is important that after you've done your technical analysis, check it out if there's any news coming out concerning that pairs, and it's advisable that you stay away from that pairs 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after the news. Better still, you can stay away completely from that particular pairs since you have other forex pairs to choose from. Now let us go on with today's strategy, and this is one of my regulated forex brokers, and I'm going to show you how to use these particular strategies. I have combined few indicators together to come up with this forex strategy, and this is how to trade this particular strategy. Number one thing you have to look out for are these white arrows. This is white arrows. And the second arrow you have to look out for is this breakout arrow. And we have TDI indicator here, and I combine two indicators here at the last indicator window. Now, how do we use this particular strategy now? Now, before you take any trade on lower time frame, this is 1 minute time frame. Make sure you go to higher time frame. If you want to scalp on lower time frame, make sure you go to higher time frame. For instance, if I want to trade or scalp on lower time frame on 1 minute, I'm going to check a 15-minute time frame to see where the signal is generated, so that we'll be able to trade only in that direction on lower time frame, which is 1 minute time frame in this case. This is how to use this particular strategy. All the indicators must be in agreement before you place your trade. Here we have the semaphore indicator at the support and the resistance zones indicator. This is a resistance zone, then followed by this white arrow. Then we have the breakout arrow, and this arrow, yellow arrow, is for moving averages. Now, this is how we use this particular strategy. All the indicators must be in agreement, and the candle must break away from these blue moving averages. Now we have all the indicators in agreement here. We have this coming from resistance zone. We have the two arrow pointing down and the yellow arrow pointing down. But the last thing that did not agree with our ideology is this moving average. The candle did not break away from the moving averages. We still have all the candle touching this particular moving averages. So this is not a valid signal. I'm waiting for a breakout arrow before I can place a trade. And this is how to check it out. So the upper trend still remain at this particular point. Let's check the previous day. We have the first arrow here, the breakout arrow. we have a TDI indicator, and the two indicators are combined together, giving us a buy signal. A buy signal was generated. We have a breakaway arrow at this particular point that did not touch the moving averages. So this is a buy signal. We've established this, that this is a buy setup on 15-minute time frame. So the only thing we do now is to go back to lower time frame and only trade in the direction of 15 minutes. Let me disconnect so that we'll be able to check the history, and let's demarcate it from 15 minutes so that it will be easier for us to check on lower time frame. As I said, make sure you trade on regulated Forex broker. So let's check the history now. Where we have the setup giving us a buy signal on 15 minutes time frame. Okay, this is where we have this setup on the higher time frame, 15-minute time frame. So the only trade we will take will be trade in the direction of this 15 minutes, and all the other indicators must be in agreement before you place that particular trade. So at this particular point, we have these two indicators in agreement. Then you can still go for small pips at this particular point. But the best point for you to place a trade without fear is this zone where we have all the indicators in agreement. We have the three arrows pointing up, we have the semaphore indicator, we have TDI indicator, and the other two indicators are combined together pointing up, and this is the right point to place our trade for a buy. And you only get out when you see semaphore indicator flashing. Here again is another point to enter trade on lower time frame, where we have all the indicators in agreement again. Then you write the trend. You only get out when this semaphore indicator is flashing, probably at this particular point because it recalculates. Then again, this is another point. You must have these three indicators before three arrows before you place any trade, and it must be in agreement with the other two or three indicators here for a buy. And this is another point to place our trade. You find out that nearly all of this setting or signal from lower time frame did deliver, and here is another point where we have all the indicators in agreement for a buy. Then you write the trend. This is how to use this particular strategy. Make sure you try it out on demo account and on regulated Forex brokers before you go live. You are not going to take any sell signal generated here, since we know on the higher time frame we are only looking out for a buy setup. So don't take any setup you see on lower time frame. If you want to trade on the 15-minute time frame, then check your signal on the higher time frame, like a 1 hour time frame. And here is 1 hour time frame here. It is more clearer than 1 minute time frame. And here we have the three indicators in agreement. Here we have the arrows here at this particular point. At this particular point for a buy. And if you check the history, we have this arrow already, this aqua color arrow already. This was where the buy setup was generated where we have all the indicators in agreement, and you only take buy and and here again we have the continuation for this particular uptrend. All the indicators in agreement, and we have this opposite signal, but one indicator, one arrow is missing. So though you might take this trade because all the indicators are in agreement for a small pips, but you should know that the only trade we should be looking out for, or only signal, is to buy and not to sell. And here we have another confirmation in the direction of the main trend, and you keep on riding this trend. You only go out of the trade when you see the semaphore indicator flashing that yellow circle. And here is another point to enter another trade coming from this support zone. And here is another point when we have all the indicators in agreement. And this is how to trade these Forex tools that have combined together to come up with this strategy and practicing on regulated Forex brokers. Make sure you do that and trade with confidence. Make sure you use stop loss. Your stop loss is just going to be, make sure you use stop loss, and your stop loss will be few pips below the previous low for this particular buy, just few pips below this support zone, and you ride your trend. You only go out of the trade when this semaphore indicator flashes. And this is how to use this. Make sure all the indicators are in agreement before you take that particular trade. The last indicator here that I did not explain is this particular indicator. I know it is not strange, this candle strength indicator. It is not strange to some of my followers or subscribers. And here we have buy is higher, the percentage is higher than sell, so we are going to take this buy trade. But sometimes it might not be higher when we have all this setting in agreement, when we have all the arrows, because this indicator will follow a bit after. It's just a additional confirmation before you place your trade. This will only follow, this indicator follow the trend. And when you check this particular setting that I'm trying to explain and show you how to use it, this trade a reversal. That is, we will enter at the beginning of the trend and get out at the end of the trend. But this indicator will only show us when the trend is confirmed and change, and this may be higher at that particular point. So I can do without this indicator. And make sure you always use your stop loss. No strategy is 100% accurate, and trade on regulated forex brokers so that they will not manipulate your trade. Either they will manipulate your take profit or stop loss. Please, I do not want to call out any brokers, but make sure you trade on regulated forex brokers. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly make sure you do so. Do not forget to turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time I share another winning strategies. The download link to all the indicators I use in this particular strategy is in my video description. Make sure you download it and do give me a thumb up. Do not forget to trade on regulated forex brokers. As I said, I dropped some links in my video description to some of these regulated forex brokers. Make sure you check Forex Factory before you go live. This particular strategy can be used on any pairs. You can use it on the cryptocurrency like BTC, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Doji, and the rest. You can use this on Meta like gold. You can use it on Ziva. You can use this particular strategy on indices like Nasdaq, US 30, and the rest. This can be used on any forex pairs. Make sure you try them out, and you can use this on the stocks as long as you have it on your MT4. You can use it on Amazon stock, you can use it on FB stock. As many stocks you have on your MT4. It is important that you trade on regulated forex broker. Very, very important. Do not waste your time practicing on a broker's platform that is not regulated. Make sure you trade with regulated forex brokers. In my video description, I drop some links to some of these regulated forex brokers. I have been using them and I do not have any issue trading with them, either depositing money or withdrawing my hard-earned money. Please trade on regulated forex broker. Trade on regulated forex broker. I say it again, trade on forex regulated brokers, and make sure you demonstrate any strategy before you go live with it, either paid indicators or paid forex signal or paid forex strategy. Make sure you try it out on your demo account, on your forex trading demo account before you go live. It is advisable you do that.